Would you like me to sort your delivery?
You are generous as you are divine, oh booty queens and booty queens.
I don't give a damn what you're entitled to. So if you don't like it, you can take back your food and your castle and right off.
You should treat books with more respect.
Welcome to Mystery Pony Fiction, hosted by the Mystery Fluttershy fan.
Disaster Rarity by HapHazred. I have made a mess of myself so habitually that even despite the crushing emotional damage that ravaged my soul that, quite frankly, there's a not inconsiderable section of my consciousness that recognizes this as supremely normal. With precise regularity it mutters, "Ah yes, this tracks completely, deploy the ice cream," which is a statement I will echo out loud. This tracks completely, deploy the ice cream. Excuse me, please do not be alarmed by the streaking mess that is my tears, ruining my elaborately applied makeup. It's normal, perfectly according to plan. Yes, just don't look at me, please, I'm quite serious. My makeup is important business. I'm a mare of immense self-reliance and therefore always keep a fully stocked freezer packed with ice cream for all occasions. Because this is what I do. I am me, and this is how, as a me, I deal with my inability to form any kind of us. Trust me, I have this under control. No, I'm not choking. This is normal. My eyes are just leaking and there is a small blockage in my throat. Just a minor case of phlegm. Unattractive but harmless. I'm fine. Let's talk about ice cream, please. My favourite is cherry flavoured. I like how it tasted like a sort of swirl, even though my understanding of the mechanics of taste buds indicates that tastes do not in fact swirl, but it feels like it does. And I was an artiste. I'm all about feelings and self-destructive tendencies in the name of art, with an E. Again, and forgive me for my belabouring at this point. I apologise that you have to be here for this, but this is my routine. If you insist on being here for this, please just sit down and please don't hold this against me. I'm about to swear. Fuck me. Celestia fucking damn it. I'm such a fucking idiot. Fuck. It's habitual that I interrupt these tirades with a mouthful of cherry-flavoured ice cream. Do stand by, darling. Oh, fuck! I realised I have forgotten to include my aperitif with the dessert. Yet another mistake for the landfill that is my romantic existence. What a dumpster fire. Excuse me, I need a bigger bowl for the ice cream. Actually, let's do away with the bowl. It is complex indeed to swear whilst eating ice cream, so I suppose the more I shovel into my stupid face, the less I'll do it. Profanity is decidedly unladylike, and moreover ice cream dribbling down one's chin is not attractive. A lesson learned many years ago, several times so. My heart has been, after all, habitually broken. Oh, the experiences I have had! Let me recount them to you in excruciating detail. Suffering demands company, and you seem to be set on joining me along this miserable meltdown. Let me begin with the very first love of my life. When I was a young mare just having gotten my cutie mark, my first romantic escapade was with a young mare I'm sure you're familiar with. She's a natural heroine these days, Applejack. We were young, adventurous, exploring an affection we felt towards other mares, and thoroughly, completely, utterly unsuited towards one another. We wanted different things. We wanted different types of ponies. I wanted, at the time, some pony to fawn over me and spend time with me. Applejack wanted some pony who knew how to tie a knot. That's not a metaphor either. She explicitly listed it as a requirement for a long-term relationship. She said it indicated reliability. I'm not sure that, at the time, we could have found a less suitable partner for the other. As Rainbow would say, oopsie fucking whoopsie. It was hot though. The breakup was nuclear and we didn't talk for about 2 years afterwards. Imagine my horror when we accidentally became element bearers. If the cosmos doesn't have a sense of humour, then it certainly has a penchant for malice. Applejack got over it. I didn't. In fact, she got over it so well she ended up marrying another friend of mine. Oh, don't mind me. I'll get to Rainbow Dash soon. I'm not bitter. And that's called foreshadowing, darling. My eyes may be leaking, but not even a broken heart will quell my storytelling talents anyway. It's not like I regret letting Applejack and her amazing shoulders get away from me, because she was the best thing that ever happened to me. Moving on from Applejack. You know, I experimented with what I thought Rarity, needed. I had, after all, had an explosive and self-destructive foray into mare-only relationships. And whilst Applejack might not have much interest in the rougher sex, I certainly did. I thought that maybe that was the solution for me. A handsome stallion, fashionable and elegant, some pony to match the up-and-coming fashionista Rarity. A perfect match, the kind of delightful romantic fantasy that honestly would have only been enthralled by a young filly about half my age, at the time reading some silly romance novel. That dip into the realm of fairy tale romance ended with a face full of cake and a ruined dress. Lesson learned. I liked that dress. I elevated my standards beyond princes and superficially to actual class. Fancy pants. The most desirable stallion in Canterlot, charming and witty, not to mention well connected within the realm of fashion and the elites of unicorn society. I was convinced that maybe he was the one for me. Gay, of course. He thought I knew. He also thought I was a stallion. Don't ask me how, but goodness, it was awkward. Possibly one of the worst conversations I've ever had in my entire life, barring that one time with Applejack, that other time with Rainbow Dash, and I suppose this one as well, which really has been a blow to my self-esteem in general. It was then that I found myself crushing hard on Rainbow Dash. I mean, realistically, could you blame me? She saved my life back when I was too busy making a fool of myself with those silly butterfly wings. And come on, let's be honest with ourselves. She may act the tomcolt, but she takes care of herself. The way she carefully engineers that mane to look unkempt in a strangely attractive and windswept way. The diligence she displays when tending to those feathers, those stomach muscles. What mare could resist that was even moderately bent? I certainly couldn't. For months I fawned over her, got her to wear an outrageous wig once. I took her measurements. They were all exemplary. The wingspan, the narrowness of that waistline, without being starved of calories. I could ramble for days about the various ways in which Rainbow Dash displays subtle beauty and an odd subversive feminine grace, but I was enthralled. But it wasn't just her appearance, darling. I figured the mare who saved my life would be the one for me. She saved my life so I could give her mine. I prepared a delightful speech for her, a confession of sorts. I spun my magic for weeks, no, months, trying to craft the perfect way to demonstrate my love for her. How silly it seems now. Oh, the ice cream I needed when, upon finally managing to corner her on a little date at the Sugar Cube corner, she revealed that she had been dating Applejack secretly for only a week at the time. I nearly choked on my cake. It was delicious cake too. Black Everfree chocolate. A thorough waste of cake and half a year's worth of waiting for Rainbow to notice me more than just that friend who does fashion. Oh, and she made it worse for me. All unintentionally. At no stage had she even come close to picking up my hints and feelings. Not only that, but she had the nerve to ask me for tips on how to date Applejack. The sheer fucking temerity. Yes, I'm aware she didn't know about my feelings for her at the time, but still. I didn't want to spoil her anything, but let's just say Applejack has a habit of stealing things I want. Well, stealing is a strong word. I obviously respect Applejack to a degree that cannot be described adequately within the boundaries of equestrian vocabulary, but fuck me! Could she just stop being so fucking attractive? Seriously, leave some for the rest of us. You were there for Thunderhoof, right? Anyway, refer to my previous statements. I won't delve too deep into that rabbit hole of nonsense. But by Celestia's 5th century yoke, fuck Applejack in her bizarrely sexy ways. What is it with those hips? Those shoulders? How are shoulders appealing? They don't even do anything on the romantic front. They just sort of serve as an attachment for forelegs, which definitely do things. But the way shoulders work, oh my, I'm getting sweaty thinking about it. I know Rainbow does. She told me in explicit detail. You mean you've never stared at Applejack's shoulders? You're in for an experience, believe me. It's like watching tectonic plates move mountains much faster, and also you don't have to be into geology to enjoy it. What do you mean, how do I feel about Spike? He's delightful, I guess. Anyway, I was talking about my romantic problems, and you were listening. Please don't interrupt. I'm in the middle of a deluge of personal grievances here. I took some time to calm down. I stepped back, focused on my work. I was professional for about 5 minutes. It was in that context that maybe I became a little too attracted to Fluttershy. She modelled for me. She is a mare with a particularly unique figure. I can't help myself for being an appreciator of art. Can I, darling? I described Rainbow Dash's unconventional attractiveness, but do I really need to go over Fluttershy? Anyway, she's straight. Funny how the chips fall. Or is it fries? I'll be honest with you, darling, I never did understand that saying. My point is, what a reversal from Fancy Pants. I sure can pick 'em. As Applejack would probably say whilst banging Rainbow Dash, which I should note, Rainbow Dash also described. I'm not bitter, I'm just livid. Anyway, I'm not expecting you to understand why, after all this, after this endless habit of falling for mares and stones that I can't have, I managed to engineer my way into falling for Pinkie Pie. It took effort, I'll admit, a great deal of planning and mental gymnastics. I didn't even get along with Pinkie that well, frankly. I think she's high maintenance. And yes, I know that's rich coming from me. There was just something infectious about that enthusiasm, about the way she moved and talked several tempos too fast, about the way she put several spoonfuls worth of too much sugar into everything, including how she behaved with other ponies. Yes, it irritated me. Yes, I wish she'd just calm down. Be quiet for the sun's sake. But whenever we were together, as friends, as friends with benefits, whatever it was we had. Well, it was like having love injected directly into my veins. It's over now, of course. Excuse me, I need more ice cream. Of course, I'm happy she's married to cheese now. I don't know what I want. Anything, I suppose. I thought that maybe she was the one, that the sort of energy she had would undo my curse. Oh, you look at me like I'm insane. I'm a unicorn. We're all about magic. You know this. Why wouldn't it make sense that I have some kind of anti-relationship curse on me? A sort of no-sex field. It feels that way. Let me put it to you straight. I have this magic trick I can pull off whenever I come close to being in a relationship. Any us I can make disappear, poof, as if it never existed. Applejack and me, gone. The possibility of a stable relationship with a stallion? Either I get caked or they're gay. Either way, it doesn't work out. Rarity is a lone wolf, a lonely soul, a whisper on the wind, a solitary note in a song of duplets. I'm a me. I'm just me. Rarity stands alone, forever, quite possibly. Pass me the wine, will you, Twilight? Thank you. Oh, you'll probably want some too, I assume. Naturally. Hang on, let me get you a glass. Anyway, where was I? Yes, it's like an actual curse. You'd think out of all my closest friends and several other ponies with like-minded interests, I have found at least one that was willing to maybe do more than enjoy a little slap and tickle between friends. No, I've never had a real relationship since Applejack, and yes, I'm aware she's probably going to be proposing to Rainbow soon. Rainbow told me. Don't ask me how she knew, she did. I'm as confused as you, trust me. And I'm happy for them, I really am. Her and Rainbow are made for each other, beyond any and all doubt. No matter what I might say drunk, they're made for each other more than I belonged with either of them. I just wish some pony was happy for me. That's all. For me to be with any pony. I mean, after all this, I don't think there's any pony left for me to fall for. Except you, I suppose. I'm being silly again. I just can't imagine being with some pony and it not exploding in my face, or it being engineered from the start to make me feel miserable. I just get the ice cream ready and prepare for another salvo of heartbreak. It's a routine. It's just a thing Rarity does, I suppose. Whatever curse I have, I don't see it being broken anytime soon. What do you mean you know a thing or two about magic? Don't be cheeky with me. I'm in the middle of bearing my broken, battered soul to you and... Excuse me, is this a clever ploy to get me to stop rambling? I'll have you know I'm not so easily... Alright. Well, that definitely... Well, you've made your point. But honestly, surely you could pick any pony. You're a princess. There's not a pony in Equestria that wouldn't... I mean, you could pick some pony who has, well, even a 1% viability when it comes to romantic relationships. I think I've displayed my capacity for destroying any potential relationship I could form. You make a valid argument. We'll see what happens. Perhaps this time I won't just be well, me. On my own, forever. Ha! Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider joining my Patreon, patreon.com/TMFF, to get early access to audiobooks and to be able to request I do a reading of what you want, provided the author approves. Thank you to artlist.io for providing the massive music and sound effect library that I have to work with. And most of all, thank you to the bronies who write the amazing stories that inspire me to make these. Fluttershy and Izzy are best ponies. I now have a Discord server where you can join in and chat with other fanfiction fans. If you enjoy what I do, you can donate to me on Ko-Fi, links in the description.